Well, friends, we had a great weekend of worship. On Saturday with our live audience, and then Sunday with our online family. And we've been continuing our series on developing kingdom vision because we want you and us to be able to look at life through God's eyes. We talked this time about rebuilding a broken culture from Nehemiah chapter 1. We first of all saw a problem. The community of saints had been devastated. They were in distress, they weren't being respected, and they weren't secure. The culture had broken down. But when Nehemiah heard it and got burdened about it, that led to a prayer. And this prayer made him call on a God that was bigger than the problem. He appealed to God's person, and then he appealed to God's purity through the confession of sin, and then he appealed to God's word. He said, God, remember what you said. Did you know you could hold God hostage to his word? Because he will always honor his own word. So this problem that led to a prayer unraveled and unfolded a process. This process was him thinking God was going to answer him immediately, but there was a 4.5-month gap before God would respond, because God is always doing more than one thing when we call on him. And that's what waiting on the Lord is all about. But when God was ready, God set things in motion where the king came to him, not only gave him permission to fulfill the vision God gave him for rebuilding the community, but gave him the resources to pull it off. Because whenever God gives you his vision, he not only puts the thought in your mind based on the burden of your heart, but he gives you the resources to pull it off. And the rest of Nehemiah is seeing unfolding the plan of a vision given by God to a man committed to God who is willing to talk to God about it, receive a plan from God for it. And he wants to do that with the burdens in your life as well. So go to him first and let's see what new thoughts he gives to your heart and your mind for making a difference for his glory and your good that will also benefit others, because that's what kingdom visions do. You can get the study guide for this week's sermon, ocbfchurch.org/study guide. That's ocbfchurch.org/study guide, and walk with us as we continue developing a kingdom vision.